Hey guys, Marsengan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we just awakened and easy aid the April Fool's Goku. We're going to jump in and try him out here on Yamcha's team, which is one of his 200% leader skills. He does have an intro animation. We'll probably be fine, he says, before the part of the arc where he dies.
Be around here.
So yeah, he's got a few 200% leader skills. He gets leader skill from he's a Super Saiyan, so he's on the Super Saiyans team. The Int Kid Gohan Carnival, as well as the AGL Goku, right? Bond of Master and Disciple in Turtle School. He's on the new Vegeta's leader skill. STR Gohan and Piccolo, Tech Trunks, Yamcha, Tech Bardock, and STR Goku and Gohan. So you can see some of those units not particularly relevant anymore. Now, we did not get the greatest starting rotation, though, I will say that. We've got 174k defense to start us off with. So the thing with this Goku, now that he's got his Awakening and his Easy A, he's a Goku family leader for 77% or AGL types for 50. His super attack is greatly raised attack and defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage and recovers 10% HP. And then when it comes to his passive, he's got the entrance animation, recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn, and gives allies 1 key for 4 turns, as long as you have an Earthbred Fighters ally on the team on his first turn. So that's all you get from the intro buff. So it's not the end of the world if you don't get it. It's like allies 1 key for 4 turns and a heal at the end of the turn. But then he has attack and defense 159%, gets 100% on super, recovers 10% HP if HP is 90% or less at the start of the turn. Then you get guaranteed guard if HP is 60% or less at the start of the turn, recovers an additional 15% HP and launches an additional super attack if HP is 30% or less at the start of the turn. He gives Bond of Parent and Child allies 2 key and 30% attack and defense, which of course very good category, a lot of big units on there. And then he gets additional damage reduction 30% when guard is activated, and an additional attack 59% when performing a super if there is another Goku family ally attacking in the same turn. So the guard and the damage reduction when guarding and the attack is when there's a Goku family ally. So we're obviously not going to get that here on the first turn. Let's do this. We don't really need a lot of key, right? So we can get the support for Bulma, which puts us to 196. So remember, he gets 100% on super, so that's like 400k, and he gets 50% defense raise from his super attack effect as well. So he's actually got relatively decent defense post super. The major issue with this guy that I can sort of foresee for more difficult content is we kind of, I said this on the podcast on the last episode when we talked about this guy, but he reminds me of the AGL Super Vegeta Easy A, where if you're getting him on a turn where you're on full health, then he does have the potential to be a bit of a liability because he doesn't have that guard, and therefore he doesn't have the damage reduction because he gets both, right? He only gets the damage reduction with a Goku family ally on rotation, but when you're guarding. So it's 3.8 on this turn. Now, to be fair, remember, there's 1 link and we don't have the Goku family ally. So, of course, I put him where the 1 attack was, and it was a super. So how much is he taking from this? 300k, yeah, okay. Good start for the Goku Showcase, because of course all those normal attacks in slot 1 we would have tanked for double-digit damage, but it is what it is. Typical. Now we do recover 10% HP at the end of the turn as part of the intro animation, so you know there is that. But yeah, once we've got some actual links active for him and the extra attack buff that he gets from having the Goku family ally, then he should look a little bit better. This Gohan is really good support and links really well with him, so I'm going to get him floated off here. This Cell is stunned anyway, so go ahead and grab some same type orbs. Get a decent heal, because I mean at the end of the day, 10% HP on some of these bigger teams, if you're running him as like a support for a Bond of Master or Disciple team, or a Bond of Parent and Child, with a lot of these big LRs, like that team can easily have over 700k HP. So you're getting 70k. If you've had a rotation where basically everyone's tanking for double digits, and then you're getting 70k heal at the end of the turn, it's pretty good. Alright, so this is the rotation that I wanted to have set up, so there we go. Unfortunately, he doesn't link with Bulma at all, but She's here for the support for the Earthbred Fighters team. So, Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan prepared for battle. That gives us 182k. So, he's going to go up to just over 200k when we pick up the Orbs for Bulma. Which again means we're over 400k. Basically 500k-ish post-Super, which is pretty good. So, let's grab these for you. Need to make sure we get the Orbs for Bulma. The good thing about Goku as well, we don't really need a lot of ki. So we can just do this. And then, there you go, we can grab the Orbs for Bulma. Give everybody the buff here. Kid Gohan has his guard. Of course, this is his first turn, because he's in slot 7. So, he's going to take, probably take a bit of damage from this, but we have the guard, and we have Goku healing at the end of the turn. Now, sadly, his the guard activating when your HP is 60% or less, it is at the start of the turn. So it can't activate mid-turn, which is a bit of disappointing, but I guess it works both ways, right? Because it means it also can't deactivate mid-turn, because that would be kind of awkward as well in certain situations. But it would be nice if it could activate in the middle of the turn, right? Because if you're in a difficult event with him, and then like a different unit that you have in slot 1 gets hit with a super, then you lose a ton of HP. But this guy doesn't have his guard, so depending on the event, you could still end up maybe taking a fair bit of damage. But yeah, tanking the normals for double digits is good. That's all we'd expect, right? I mean, at the end of the day, this isn't the toughest event in the world, but a free-to-play unit, like I say, having about 500k defense post-super is pretty good. So let's go for... I guess we'll just get a bunch of the int orbs out of the way here. Getting a pretty significant amount of heals along the way. Yeah, Goku definitely seems like an interesting option, but just like we said with the Super Vegeta comparison, like if we took him into Fusion Zamasu, right, turn 1, not great, because start of turn defense, even with that support, about 200k, that means he's taking 300k-ish from the AoE. But if he's on turn 2, and you took a big hit on turn 1, and he comes into turn 2 on 60% or less HP, then, you know, it's the fact that he gets both of those buffs all in one go. He gets guard, and then with the Goku family ally, he has damage reduction as well. So having those two things put together is obviously incredibly powerful. And then post-super, if he's rocking 500k defense with guard and damage reduction, he's tanking all normals in the game. And even some, like, less hard-hitting supers are not going to do insane damage to him. But unfortunately, it's stuff like this AGL Cell, not the hardest enemy, of course, in the game by any stretch, but he can double super. We are type neutral, and yeah, we're not starting the turn on low HP, so we don't have guard. I feel like that's the one thing, if I could make one change to this guy to make him really, really good, because I think he's a good free-to-play card anyway as it is, but if I could make one change to make him really good, right, I like that they gave him the guaranteed guard at 60% or less HP, then give him high chance to guard if you're above that HP, so he still has the chance to get the guard off. So 5.8 mil on the attack stat here, not terrible again for a free-to-play, and we're tanking the normals for double digits, but what are we taking from this? Bear in mind we got like 500k defense, yeah. 318k. And again, this cell, like, in terms of global, this is a fun event to test units out on because it's a little bit longer. But we're not exactly fighting the hardest hitting enemies in the game. So, yeah, him taking that kind of damage from a super, that just shows you the exact problem that I'm talking about when you take him into these tougher events. Because if you get unlucky, like, and he's the one taking a super, like say you are just using him as a third slot floating support unit, but if you've started the turn above 60% HP and then he takes a super in slot 3, you're just dead in any of the like actual, you know, relevant difficulty level events. Now if you're starting the turn at 60% or less HP, I suppose, to be fair, let's say if we're thinking about Fusion Zamasu and how much damage he does with his super attack, post Goku's super, if he's in slot 3, 500k defense, Zamasu supers hits for over 1 million, but guard and damage reduction. I guess the problem is you're already on low health, because I was going to say if you're on full HP he might survive, but obviously for him to have the guard and damage reduction you're going to be on 60% or less HP, which I guess is another issue with these some of the hardest hitting boss supers, because if he could survive them if you're on full health, then obviously he won't survive them if you're at 60% or less HP, which is how you get the guard and damage reduction in the first place. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but I don't know. I mean, like I say, overall, he seems pretty good for a free-to-play card. You know, not expecting him to drop, especially considering, whilst he isn't like a comedy character choice, he is like the April Fool's card from last year. He's free to play, very easy to farm up. The missions from his event, as long as you do all the missions in the one run, you only have to do the stage 2 of his new event once to get the medals to actually awaken him into a TUR. So, I mean, he seems like a decent free-to-play option. And, of course, remember that if you're fighting an STR enemy, then that does count as guarding, which means he will get that damage reduction. See, 6.2 on this turn's pretty good. The extra Z-Fighters link from Yamcha. We got the support from Bulma from the previous rotation. Sadly, though, I think I gave mine quite a decent amount of additional. I don't think we've really seen him additional super much during this run, which is unfortunate considering his greatly raising attack and defense on super. So getting the double super turn not only means a little bit of a jump up in attack stat, but another decently sized buff to his defense as well, right? So, right, not killing this cell here actually is fine, because it means we could just quickly finish him off on the next rotation and then get to this Goku against the STR cell, which is what I want to see. So, right, don't get the Dokkan attack this turn. We could get the Dokkan attack with him on the next turn, that'll be fun. So we'll do that. Bulma gets the kill here. Even with cell healing, it should be enough, especially with the support from Gohan as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the Goku. Again, like, he's a free-to-play card, so we can't be too critical. But when I think about, like, you know, recently for Global, we just had a World Tournament, so I did showcases for all the most recent World Tournament EZAs, and this guy's easily better than all of them. So, I mean, which is not exactly necessarily saying anything, because they were terrible. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this phase. Wow, AGL Gohan has 800k defense. And now look at this. This is with the Bulma support from the previous turn, the future Gohan support on this turn, and then future Gohan has all in the family, which is an extra 20% defense link. I guess that's something I should have really focused on mentioning before, is some of the better partners I tried to bring for him with like the Super Saiyan links. We haven't really seen him with all in the family active. So on this turn, if he's getting 100% on super and then his super attack effect, he is getting close to 600k defense, which even without having the guard and damage reduction means he is tanking most normals in the game, which is decent for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, like I say, he's a free-to-play support unit, so he's not going to be eating super attacks from the hardest bosses in the game, but the fact that he can be at a level where he is actually tanking all of their normals, I'd say that is pretty good for a free-to-play card. So I really want to see his attack stat on this turn. So I don't think Gohan will kill him with a Dokkan attack here. At least I hope not, because we got a lot of support on this turn for the extra defense. I want to see what his attack stat will be. We've seen him get up to a bit over 6 mil, which as well is pretty good. See the best Super Saiyan Goku at the moment. I mean, I guess in like Birdku is kind of outdated now, but there are some events where he could still be useful, I suppose. But I mean, he definitely is one of the better ones, which is kind of funny. Can't wait till Heart Virus Goku gets his EZA. That'll be really good. But let's see. Yeah, 6.23. I mean, it's pretty decent again for being a free-to-play. Can we actually get an additional super? Or nope. Still no. In fact, let me double-check my build for him. I always have to try and remember to do that. It's not as common, but there's every now and then I get the odd person in my comments when I do a unit showcase that's like, you didn't show their build. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot. So I gave mine, yeah, 15 additional and then 20 dodge, because I guess he is going to be used primarily as a floating support unit. So he does have a 30% chance to additional though, which we haven't really seen. Now do I go for... If I go for the Bulma active skill, I don't want to do too much damage. But if I put Bulma in slot 1 and do the active skill, that pretty much confirms that we won't die. I should have turned the animations off, but... It's like when Broly movie free-to-play Blue Goku was the best Blue Goku in the game. Yeah, there's... I mean, technically, you know, the Super Saiyan Goku pool of units is not as great as it once was at the moment, I guess. But yeah, I think he's pretty good, pretty fun for a free-to-play character. This is where I've got to be really careful because... Actually, I should have just done this. It's only for the one turn. It's basically just to make sure that the Yamchas don't sell. Because I'm not sure if Yamcha gets tagged with a super and doesn't dodge. I'm not sure how that plays out for this turn. But I suppose I should have just done... I should have done that instead of used Bulma's active skill. Because she has her own damage reduction, so she's not going to get killed here. Although, I guess, yeah, Cell has a lot of HP, so it's fine. Yam Cell. I mean, it is definitely possible, but not anymore, I guess, now that we have the Yema active and the post-super buffs and everything. Watch him still get tagged by a super, though. He won't dodge a super on this turn now, just out of principle. And he's getting a bunch of additionals. Yamcha can still be very good. Ready to do another ESBR with a team that hasn't been updated in 2 years. Yeah, I forgot Namek Saga ESBR came out today for Global, so we'll do that on stream here. I'm getting this recorded and putting it up straight away, so if you're seeing this video as it's now gone up immediately, I'm probably still doing the Namek Saga Extreme Super Battle Road stage on the stream live right now, so come over and check it out. Obviously, if you're watching this a bit later from when it went up, this part will be irrelevant, but... Oh look, Yamcha didn't dodge a super. What did I say? Right through the face as well. Damn. Oh, and then he dodged the normal afterwards, because of course he did. Right, so... Let's see, out of curiosity then, let's put him in slot 1, because Gohan will just kill him otherwise. He's got 225k defense start of turn. He should have the guard, and of course he will have the damage reduction as well, because he's fighting an STR enemy, so... Go ahead and do this here. Yeah, so obviously tanks for double-digit damage. I really want him to super here now, and then Cell to super him. But I think because he supered at the end of the last turn, he won't, unfortunately. But, yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, AGL Goku, we can see from his numbers, he can get to a point where fairly comfortably he can tank normals from some of the tougher bosses on Global, which is pretty good. But yeah, it's just very awkward, like especially with a really good team dropping below the 60% HP for him on the start of turn. And if you are in a tough event like Zamasu and he's on turn 1, that's not going to be great. Because it'd be interesting to see, maybe I'll do a video for him versus Zamasu, but if we can get him on turn 2 and we're already at 60% or less HP, it'd be interesting to see what he takes from Zamasu's AoE. But yeah, there you go. That's the AGL April Fool's Goku with his Awakening and Easy A. Very solid for a free-to-play unit. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. But yeah, I think he is pretty good. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.